Welcome to Vetup. In this video, we shall see a quick overview of the software's important features and how the software helps a clinic to achieve their day-to-day tasks. To maintain simplicity of this video, we shall demonstrate the flow of different processes of a clinic using just one user. However, in practice, a clinic may have multiple users belonging to different roles such as administrator, a veterinarian, a nurse, or replacement vet. Currently, we have logged in as a vet into the software. Once you log in into the software, you'll be landed on the home screen. On the home screen, you have different icons at the top, and on the left hand side, you have different menus such as medical, finances, history, and so on. On the home page, you shall see different tabs or small boxes which gives you insights of today's appointments, waiting room, hospitalization, which is used for boarding, any particular last visit, your to-do list, stocks to restock, products which are expiring, and so on. You also have a search box here, which you can use to search owners or animals. At the top, you can see the home icon. The home icon is used to navigate to the home screen from whichever screen you are on now. The sales icon will help you to do over-the-counter sales or to add a quick sale. Here you can add a product and then invoice and record a payment. The Owners tab will allow you to add new owners or go through the list of current owners or search for a particular owner depending on the different fields you have here. The Animals tab is similar to the Owners tab, where you will see a list of all the animals existing in your database, and you shall see a list of features where you can search the animals, and also you can click on new to create a new animal. The payment tabs is used to see the payments which are recorded. You can search for a particular payment for a particular period, let's say yesterday, today, or this month, and then hit the search box to search for a payment. The to-do list allows you to add your own to-do list. The calendar option will navigate you to the calendar to book appointments or to go through the appointments. The hospitalization tab will allow you to board a particular patient. We have integration with SpiderVet and the option to add newsletters or to send newsletters to your clients. We also have an integration with Picosia, and there are a few apps which you can add from here. To contact us, you can use this link, the Vetup support link, which will allow you to send us a message, which we will respond to you in a timely manner. For self-help, you can click on the question mark icon, and you will be taken to a page where you will have a library of videos and documents. The logout option obviously will help you to log out of the software. We shall now see the software in action. To begin with, we shall see how we can add owners, animals, and then we can create an appointment for it. Once the appointment is created, we shall work on that appointment by creating medical notes, adding medications and services to the patient's medical history. And lastly, we shall see the billing process and how a payment is recorded. Once the payment is recorded, you can close the visit. To begin with, we'll go to the calendar to book an appointment. When you click on the appointment icon, you'll be guided to the appointment screen. On the appointment screen, you have the day view, week view, and the month view. You can see appointments for all your veterinarians or just particular ones. I personally prefer this particular view. If an appointment is confirmed, you'll see a green notification on the appointment, which will say the appointment is confirmed. To create a new appointment, you just have to click on the available slot and select the owner and the patient. And start typing in the name and it will suggest you all the matching entries. You may also add a new owner and a patient by clicking on the plus sign if the owner or the patient is not existing in your system. You can also go through the list of your patients or your owners through this. Right now, we can just go ahead and click on the box and select particular patient. We can select the timing. You can select for let's say half an hour. If the appointment is recurrent, you can select this box. And then the subject for the appointment. Let's say rabies vaccination. You may add a description here if you would like to add. If the appointment is confirmed, you can click on the appointment is confirmed link. If the appointment is already done and you're just recording the appointment, you can just click on this and the appointment will be recorded as it's already done. If the owner doesn't turn up for the appointment, you can click on the appointment is unhonored. If you would like to send any confirmation email or an SMS to your client, you can use these checkboxes. And if you would like to select an appointment reminder, you can use these checkboxes. Let's hit save now. Here you can see the appointment is saved from 1300 hours to 1330, which is 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. We have some sample appointments already booked here. When you click on it, you'll get a complete detail about the appointment. If you'd like to edit it, you can edit it on the screen by clicking into the particular box and then hit save. If you'd like to delete it, you can hit the delete button. To move an appointment to waiting list, you can click on move to waiting list, which will then strike out the appointment on the calendar. If there are any reminders, you can click on the reminder section and add a reminder. We shall now quickly go to the owners tab to click to see how an owner and a patient is created, and then we'll come back to the appointment and process that appointment from the waiting list. Let's go to home screen now. You can see that we have moved one more appointment right now into the waiting room list. Let's navigate to the owners list from this tab. You can also go from here or also from the medical tab. We'll prefer going from here. It's quick and easy. To create a new owner, you can just click on new and fill up the information here. You can fill up the title, last name, first name. If there is a company name, you can add the company name and the address of the owner, and then fill up the contact details here. Once all this is done, you can go to the animal and click on new to add an animal for that particular owner. The user needs to fill up the form with all the details here and then add any specific details of identification such as a chip, let's say a microchip, or rabies medal, which is rabies tag. If you have any miscellaneous notes, you can add that here. If you're recording or logging a deceased patient, you can always record it here and then mark as dead, which will mark it as deceased. And if there are any feeding instructions, you can record them here. We'll quickly go through this record to see how a sample owner profile looks. So here we've put in the details already. Mr. Gomes Nelson is the first name and last name, and we have mentioned the address here. We've mentioned the country and the clinic and the attending vet. We've recorded the home phone, mobile phone, and the email address as well. If we move to the animals part, we have Roger as their dog, and we can edit the details for Roger. We can fill up the dog's details here and then hit save to save the record. Once the record is saved, this is how it will look. You'll see the client details on the right and the patient details on the left. If you'd like to add a new patient for the same owner, you can just click on the plus sign and you'll be taken to the new animal form. A patient's history is shown by default on the screen over here at the bottom part of your screen. You have different buttons which will take you to different sections for this particular client and patient. Now let's go back to the appointment screen. So here we have Smith John, and Evelyn or Bert. We'll move the appointment to the visit section where we can actually record the visit. Here we have mentioned dental examination as the reason for visit. So we are directly into the medical note. You can have different templates for medical notes which you can create uh, from the template section. We offer a lot of different templates. The visit template is where you can create your soaping templates or your different forms which you will be using for medical notes or recording medical examinations. Here I have created a basic soap which will give you subjective, objective assessment and plan. You can record once you have added all your observations here. You may also choose to add more details by adding any more template. For example, if you want to add a dental chart, so we uh, do not have a standard dental chart, but you can always add your own. I have a sample dental chart here, which I've added. So here we can say which tooth is broken. Let's say C left lower broken. You can add more comments here. We do not have an option here which will allow you to edit the image, but you can always edit it or download it and place it back here. If you would like to insert any image, you can capture with your phone also and add it into the visit by accessing the software on your phone. We also have a special feature where you can actually record your medical examination by clicking on the mic section. You just have to speak up and it will automatically capture your voice and convert it into text. This is the record for Milo. Milo has a broken teeth, broken tooth, and you can click back on the mic to stop it. This tool is really handy to record all your observations quickly, so you don't have the option, you don't need the option to type in, and also you don't need to depend on an assistant or a technician to record your observations for you. Once all of this is done, you can go to the invoicing part and add your invoicing packs. Once you've added all the details here, you can bill the person for the total overdue amount. You may also have different tags for a particular employee or particular client. Let's say friends and family. So you would like to add a discount to it, or you may also have a special alert tags for uh, patients. Let's say this afraid of injections. You can then click on invoice to finalize the invoice. If you'd like to change the date, the due date, you can change that. If you would like to email it, you could email it to the owner. If you'd like to print it, you can hit print and it'll allow you to print it. Let's check the PDF version of it quickly. This is how the sample invoice will look. Moving to the payments, you can click on payments and record the payment here by clicking on any of the payment type. Let's say cash for simplicity right now. And you can mention how much payment is given. If you've received, let's say 200, it'll tell you how much to give back. Once you hit save, the invoice will be confirmed, like the payment will be confirmed, and it will be saved. You can see the overdue has changed to 0. Once this is done, you may choose to close the invoice and close the visit. While closing the visit, you have the option to email the invoice to the customer, email prescriptions to the customer, or send reports to the customer if required. Yeah, you can use all of these options to add a specific action For example, reports, prescriptions, attachments, to-do items, or referred cases. Referred cases allow you to send a particular visit information to a referral vet. To navigate back to the patient's visit history, you can click on this back arrow and you will be taken to the history. On this page, if you would like to add a new visit, you can always click on the new visit option and record a new visit. To add a new code for estimate, you click on new estimate. You add a service from here. If there is a discount which is applicable, you can add a discount here and then hit save, which will start showing up in the code section now. To visit the history in form of a long page, you can always click on the history tab and then you can see the history. The history keeps on increasing as and when the patient visits you, and you keep on adding the history to the patient's record. The actions tab will allow you to do certain actions which are mentioned on the screen. So this is how you can go from an appointment to a checkout quickly in the software. Now we shall quickly go through the left menu. On the left hand side, it starts with the medical menu where you have the owner's database, the animal's database, the referral vets. If you have any, you will be able to add them here. If there are any referral clinics, you can add them over here as well. Here you can quickly navigate to the waiting room where you have already have one patient off from the waiting group and the next one is waiting. If there is a newcomer, you can add it from here. The hospitalization option will give you the boarding list. The calendar option will navigate you to the calendar page. The planning option and the to-do list option will allow you to add to the planning list and to the to-do list. The finances option will give you direct links to invoices, payments, and all the related information to finances. We'll quickly click on invoices to see how it looks. So these are the recent invoices that we have. You may just extend the period, let's say this year. We shall see all the invoices falling in this particular period. If you would like to see a particular owner, you can select, say, owner. The software will give you a sorted list for just this owner. The same is true with payments. You can see the payments from the payment section. If there are any overdue invoices, any credits or codes can be seen here. If there are any particular visits which are yet to be invoiced, you can click on visits to invoice and those can be seen here, and then those visits can be clicked into the invoice section and an invoice can be created for them. The history section allows you to see visits. Click on the history and click on visits to view the history, and then if there are any counter sales, you can click on counter sales to see the counter sales. You may have a filtered product list for history where you can see which products you have sold in that time frame. This helps you to maintain your inventory. If there are any labels that we'd like to print or which have been already assigned, you can see it over here. The next is catalog. The catalog is a repository of your inventory and your services. The medical procedure list are your services. You can have different categories of your services, which all of them will be shown on the screen. The product list is shown here. You can click on new template to create a new product. To add stock to that product, you can click on stock and add stock for that product. For example, if I click on stock, I select Purebox rabies vaccine and add a stock here. You can add different batch numbers and you can click on batch number management to manage the batches. The services and the products can be combined together into packs. For example, this is where we have added a service and a vaccine together. You can manage your inventory categories from the categories section and then your purchasing companies from the purchasing company section. The stats is used to capture different reports. For example, you can say client stats, services stats, product stats, waiting room. Let me see, compared sales revenue, compute. You can see how much sale I've done in January and then in February. So these are reportings which will be really helpful to give insights of how much, uh, how well the clinic is doing, and also it will give you drill down views of different invoices, clients, services. I mean, different views according to the sections that you try to create the report for. The advanced search option gives you an option to search for a client or an animal, and also you have the option to export the list to this to CSV format, so you can have a list of your own clients and patients. This general search right at the top will allow you to quickly search for a client or patient. For example, if I say Smith, I have this option. I can quickly navigate to that client patient from here. The templates, as I told you, will allow you to create different templates. Product reminder templates. For example, if you have rabies vaccination, you can have a different email template for rabies vaccination. And we have different tags which are called as merge fields, which you can use over here. For example, the first name is copied into here, which will be then used or replaced by the actual owner's name when you send an email. Similarly, you have email templates, SMS templates, stunning templates, report templates, prescription templates, and newsletter templates. Lastly, coming to the settings part, you have application settings, which allows you to customize your application. You can use a clinic email, your business number. You have different color schemes. You can see hit save, colors will change. And you have user management, which will allow you to create users by using the new option. And you can obviously edit them by clicking on the pencil sign. The user management, let me just show you, you can actually change the rights on it. So you can change the rights for each user. So if you want to give any specific access to a user, then that person will only see the limited access which have been granted to them. You can customize your visit types, visit statuses, registries, uh, sending emails, sending SMSs, and payment methods, chart types, appointment types. So all of these are used to customize or configure your own application. Once you have customized your application, you're all good to go. We hope you have found this video useful, and if you have any questions, you can always contact us as contact@vetup.com and we shall respond to it. Thank you and have a wonderful day.